My name is Ben, and I'm the founder of TSO. Let's go show you around the shop. About a year ago, we were in 1,300 square feet, and last May, we moved into 8,500 square feet, and have since then added on an additional 4,000 square feet for our custom powder coating. And here are two compressors. The blue compressor runs our laser. It shoots out, or it has a high pressure air system, so it runs at 300 PSI. And we have this one for our powder coating and sandblasting. And we had to buy this one because once we upgraded our sandblaster, we were running out of air and it was causing our laser a bunch of issues, so we upgraded this one. This is where we store all of our sheet material. So you can see we've got our thicker stuff on the bottom, and as we go up, we go into the aluminums and different stainless steels we use to make the exhaust tips. And here is our 2,000 watt fiber laser. We use this to cut 100% of our products. Before upgrading to this, we had a plasma table, and it would take cutting one sheet of tips, it would take around 1 day for one person to take that one sheet and get it ready to be bent. Now we can do that in less than 45 minutes because of the time it takes to cut. And then the second it gets done cutting, we take it over here to our TrueBend 2100 press brake. This is a 4-axis press brake, so it has a back gauge that moves around, so all we have to do is put our part up against it, and that allows us to make repeatable bends, repeatable high quality bends. And in here we have all of our press brake tooling. Here, this is the punches for doing 1/4 inch and 3/16, and then here's the dies for doing the thicker materials. And then up here we have stuff for doing the thin materials. And we also had tooling custom made to allow us to bend our tips in one piece on the press brake. Because before we were having to do one bend on the press brake and then do the next bends to turn it into an octagon on a hand brake. And that just wasn't scalable and honestly took forever. And we were able to do this and get much sharper bends and higher quality product. And here you can see Justin's bending up some of our traction bar brackets. This bracket is for a Ram and Ford frame bracket, and we also have the axle brackets here, and then these go on the side like this. I don't know if I can get it situated like that. Let me just weld that up. And then here's our traction bars, which we haven't promoted traction bars much because we're still working on our production capacity. But we have been working on a long bed version of our traction bars for a little bit. And this is some of our first prototypes, and we still have to bend these up. And once they get bent up, then we can do some more testing on that. And then down here, we have some of our exhaust tips. These are a 10-inch, and they're made of 304 stainless steel. And right here are the hood stacks. And over here is our welding area. And this place is messy because Dave's a little messy, but he does a great job of getting the products welded. And here you can see some of the hood stacks that have been fully welded, and we still have to beat these out. But we're upgrading to a laser welder so we can get a little bit better weld, faster with less heat input. So we won't have to do as much beating and banging on the base plates to get them straightened out. And then here we have our grinding room. So that way we don't have to grind out in the shop and have metal dust flying around everywhere. And then we can come over here to our sandblaster. We're moving shipping over to this area, and we're going to be moving sandblasting over there. So we're in a transition period with getting our new powder equipment up, which I'll show you here shortly. But currently this just holds our sandblaster and all of our boxes, and this is where we store our frame overlays and emblems, social media emblems. And you can see we've got a couple of these that are powder coated and getting ready to be assembled. And down here we have the frame overlays. These are for a 17 and up F250 or F350. We got the rears on the right, and then these are the fronts. And we're working on a few different vehicles currently. Then over here is where we stage the products after they've been powder coated in that shop. They come here and then they get marked and added into the inventory. Right here we have some of our 8-inch exhaust tips that have been powder coated in black. And behind that you can see our much larger powder coating setup. So we've got an 8x8x12 oven and a 10x10x16 fully enclosed booth. This is where we'll be doing our production powder coating, and then in that room is where we'll be doing our custom coating for the TSO ID. And then in here is where we do all of our powder coating. As you can see, we have two small ovens, or two ovens that are much smaller than what would be for production. These would be great for whenever we're doing custom colors, to where we can bake single parts that will allow us to do, if you just want a set of overlays coated, we can do that, or even a hitch. We don't have to do a whole batch or use a big oven to do one single part. This is our little spray booth. We're upgrading this one here shortly. And we have two more of those ovens that are going across from these ovens right now. And so that way we can really ramp up our customization. And then coming over here is where we do all of our shipping. And we make and ship everything in-house. So this is our storage racks, which we've got that is a mess with setting up the ovens. And we've got some of our exhaust stacks that are powder coated and waiting to be assembled and shipped. And then you can see our different options we have for overlays and hats. And they've got a couple of our different emblems and a few custom colors, which we're working on bringing these back. And the big thing with those is getting the ovens hooked up. Over here is where we assemble all of our emblems. Shout out to that Platty Daddy for picking up an emblem. So we do these in multi-different styles, colors. There's a few of the other ones we're working on and different colors. Over here is where we assemble stacks, tips, pretty much everything that's not an emblem, because there's a little bit more space. And here's where we do what tells us what orders to pick, fulfill, and then this will take us through where we create the label. So everything gets picked right here, assembled here, and shipped right here and loaded onto our cart for UPS to pick up. If there's anything else you want to learn about, or you want to see more behind the scenes of, or going deeper with, just comment down below and like and subscribe to this video, and we'll see you in the next one.